Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Next Level, your local home for all things video games. I am your host, Eddie the Fishman Fisher, joined again by Mark Zimmerman.
Hello.
And, of course, Brandon DeVille.
Hello.
Oh, look at that. I got it this time.
There you
go. Hello.
So hopefully I can get the camera to work in my favor, because Eric is come and help me.
Yeah, what's the deal? Where is the engineer?
I don't know. He's actually sick. It's okay.
We don't pay him. We don't pay him enough.
And that's all right, because on today's show, we still have things to talk about, like Colin Kaepernick, required downloads for games, and a sex change?
Feel better, Eric.
Yeah, that too. But first, how is everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Fantastic.
The absurdity is all around me.
Yeah, we just spent like a ton of time talking about how ridiculous Mark's life is.
That's not ridiculous. There's a lot.
Like the crazy stories.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So it's all right. Life is at least it's entertaining.
We found out the older you get, the more drama there is. So.
I'm trying to get away from the drama, not be a part of it.
Gosh, you know what? I want to know why GarageBand hates.
I don't know. It's been like that.
It doesn't
for
always
a few
scroll.
weeks.
It just always changes.
It drives me insane.
The timer's going.
Yeah, this.
It's all that matters.
Pay attention to that timer. So long
I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah. So, Brandon, you saw The Incredibles 2.
I did.
And it was super great.
It was pretty good. It was pretty enjoyable. I do understand where people were talking about like the flashing scenes were.
Oh yeah,
like,
they warned you on it.
Yeah, I don't know if that was really that necessary. I think they should have toned it back just a little bit.
See, I thought it looked really cool.
I don't get, but that's the thing. I don't get seizures, obviously, but it was kind of nerving. It was just flashing in your face, and you're just like, okay.
What's that episode of The Simpsons when they're in Japan? And they watch that cartoon.
Yeah, and
they're like on the floor, like going on in circles and stuff.
Yeah, it was good. It was the first time my son had watched a full movie at the movie theater by himself. Well, not by himself, but he just threw him in there. I was
like, let him go to the movie.
Go to the movie.
Here's some money for popcorn.
Yeah,
picked up in 2 hours.
I had to bribe him with candy in a frozen like freezy, and he did really well.
The first time my son had one of those like slushies from Wesco. It like hurt his brain.
Yeah, he's like,
and then he was just like, no, I don't
not
want
anymore.
this.
No, he loves them.
He like doesn't like that or pop. So
well, that's good.
He'll be a healthy kid.
Yeah. My kid is all about sugar, which is crazy because I'm not about that sugar. Yeah. I'm not about the sugar life. So, yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was good to see, our childhood being brought back a little bit.
Yeah,
Toy Story is a little bit more, but. 14 years is crazy.
It was 14 years since the last one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I guess so.
Holy smokes.
It's like when I think about like the first Toy Story coming out, that's got to be like over 20.
Huh?
Yeah, and it shows a little bit. Like you can see that progressively gets quite good. Mm-hmm. Where like The Incredibles kind of almost looks the same, but you can tell it's better.
Yeah, there was a scene, the fight scene where she was fighting the villain, and it was like it was kind of cool, like the way they stylized it.
Yeah,
because it didn't really match the style of the movie, but it was cool because it was during the fight scene.
Right.
So,
see, and I even in the first movie, I said it last podcast, but like the way they choreography, is that the choreography? The way they do all the choreography for her fighting is just super well thought out, and it's super well done. And things like she was catching Jack at the end of the first movie, and how she, like, the age-old debate where they have, oh, well, if Superman caught Lois Lane at super speed, he'd just cut her in half with his steel arms, and all that kind of crazy stuff. But they thought about that kind of stuff in Incredibles, where she reaches out to grab him, and instead of it being like, it's like she like brings herself to him, or like the way that she stops like momentum from just like grabbing someone and then them getting whiplash from her catch. Like she'll grab him and kind of pull herself in both directions or something. It's very smart. And I still, I get that the seizure scene was crazy, but I thought it was stylish.
Yeah.
Stylish as all crap.
Yeah.
What else you got going on?
Not really a lot. It was, I didn't partake in any of the festivities in Grand Haven because you stay away from that stuff.
That's a nightmare.
You just stay out. So I just hung out. I got to play the beta for Call of Duty a little bit.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
It's all right. I wouldn't say it's not reinventing the wheel by any means.
Is Blackout part of this, or is that a different?
No, Blackout's at a different time. I think they said
that's when I actually want to play.
September. Well, this is cool because they're not. I don't know if they've done enough to make it different, but they've done enough to make it different. So it's not the same, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not. It is Call of Duty, but it's got a little bit of a twist to it.
Is it just like, hey, we had Black Ops 3 and that was a good base for stuff. Here's like a game we just built on top of it?
Kind of. It feels a lot like, I think they took a lot from World War II and Black Ops 3. I guess this is pre-Black Ops 3.
Like, so story-wise?
Yeah, so technology isn't there because it's boots on the ground. There's no...
of course.
There's no, like, crazy slides and there's no wall running. Yeah. You still slide really well, and the movement's really cool.
Jumping.
Yeah, there's no boost jumping. Yeah. So, but it's cool because you have your health. I don't think your health regens.
Like World War II.
Yeah, when your health gets kicked down, you have to use your stem pack.
Okay.
Which is cool because that makes your fights like, do I run? Or do I stay and try to?
But they were saying too, like you could actually use them while you're moving, like you're running.
Yeah,
too,
while you're running, and that's why I'm saying like when you're in a gunfight, you can't use them because when you use it, you're not shooting, but you can dash off a little bit and then use it and then try to get back. But I think the time to kill is a little too quick. If they pulled that back just a little bit,
hardcore mode or anything like that. Right?
If they pulled that back a little bit and it didn't melt as much, I think the gunfights would feel more intense. And you'd also get more out of that healing pack, like the healing part of it. Because I just hate like how a game like Ghost was the worst. Like Ghost was like instant melt. Like every gun killed you in like a second.
Yeah,
you like ran around a corner and you're dead. And that's another thing I kind of didn't like about the beta is it would all depend on everyone's connection. Like. Sometimes you'd have really smooth games and it felt fair and it felt like whatever, but other times you just see people skipping across the map.
Yeah.
You would get just melted by this one guy. Like, and it wasn't just me because I could hear other people talking in the chat. Like, dude, these two dudes are like, there's no
they're
way.
Lag switching, bro.
Yeah, well, there's
lag
there's no way they're that good. So it's their lag compensations is
right.
just kind of wacky and weird out of the place. So that's kind of what ruins Call of Duty for me because I want the game to be fun. And for fun, Black Ops 2 had these gunfights that were like
it was good,
longer. Like you could turn on people while they were shooting you, and if you were good or you had quick enough reactions, you could shoot them and and kill them. But I don't know. We'll see. I wanted to try it because I wanted to see what's coming out this holiday.
Yeah,
I think Battlefield's going to be the better.
When's the
shooter,
beta for that?
I don't know because they haven't announced an official beta. I don't think date wise because they did an alpha
or something.
And a lot of streamers
all the alpha stuff's out now and it looks really good. I watched a little bit of gameplay for it and it's like the time to kill seems solid. It's kind of what they built into, like Battlefield 1 kind of feels a lot better at launch or from launch, where I felt time to kill was way too long when Battlefield 1 first came out.
That's why scouts were super overpowered.
Yeah, and now like just running around with those medic machine guns feels really good, and it feels where it should have been at the start. Even though I've been playing a decent amount of that this week, and it was like, this is a solid.
Well, that's because like the scout class was terrible because all the guns took way too long to kill.
Right,
and when you're a scout, you're trying to protect yourself so you can heal other people and protect them too. So.
Yeah, and so like with Battlefield 5, I'm excited because I feel like they've got it to a science, hopefully, and they keep it that way.
Yep.
And based on what I've seen in the beta, it looks like they've kind of figured that out, which is good. And I was saying to my buddies last night, actually, because we were talking about Call of Duty, because one of the guys is huge into that, and I was like, man, I should have finished that World War II, Call of Duty World War II, but I never will now that Battlefield's going to be out soon, and I have a code for the beta laying around my house, so I just need to type it in and figure it out.
Yeah. But their battle royale mode is more exciting to me than Call of Duty's, I think.
Yeah, I think it'll fit a lot better.
Like we've talked about on the show before, they could do it better, I think, because their maps are bigger. It just feels like that's something they could.
In Blackout is that their battle royale for Call of Duty? Okay. Like, what do we think that is?
I don't know.
It's like a big mashup of all like these different characters and scenarios and things like that. But as far as if it's like PUBG, if it's like Fortnite, I have no idea.
That's got to be, you'd think, like a smaller scale.
Well, they said I think like they're testing right now 60 players is like the max they've tested right now.
I could see them doing like, for some reason, 30. I don't know why like 30 seems like the right number.
I always just got really crazy like when I'd play like Ground Wars on games types anyways. That's with a bunch of people.
Okay.
They do regular game modes like domination with like, I don't know if it was like 15 people on each team, but or 10 or 15, but it was still pretty bad.
So did you check out anything else outside of Call of Duty, or?
Nope, I haven't even got back to Octopath yet, which I need to. But
I started some more of that again because I'm just finding out that Ophelia must have like the absolute hardest bosses, because I'm on her second boss right now and it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's this wolf that, okay, when you break him the first time, you need to throw as much damage as possible at it.
Right.
Because when it comes back, like say it has 4 shields to break. Next time it comes back, it's going to have 2 and it gets an extra attack turn. Do it again, it's going to have 9 and then another attack turn and then 11.
Oh, wow.
You're like, what the heck? It just gets better as you fight it. So you have to break it with like enough to boost to throw as much as you can at this thing. Otherwise you're never going to win.
And you're lucky if everyone on your team has an ability to break.
Yeah. Actually, I did get very lucky on that because he's weak against swords. It was at least swords and then 2 types of magic.
Okay.
And every one of my team could chip away at it. So
that's nice. It just stinks when you have like 2 people in your party that can do break damage and the rest can't. And you're like, ugh.
That's how it felt leading up to that fight. Was a lot of or at least one of the areas I was running around where it was only one person could break the enemies.
Yeah.
But I was gaining a ton of experience. I was like, well, I'll push through this.
Right.
Man, it's so good.
It is a great game. Great game.
Yeah.
Good game. Good game.
Oh, man.
Oh, have you played it?
No.
But
my friends have.
Oh, Phil Bird. So what about you, Mark? You play anything sweet? Or anything at all?
Yeah, no. Still a lot of Ghost Recon.
Okay. Oh, did you play the Rainbow mission on there?
We did. We went to do the Sam Fisher mission.
Oh, okay. Which is kind of hard. Can you do that with me, please? I'll join in.
We might need you because
I need
obviously
help.
trying to sneak in there because the first
sneaking in there I can do every single time. I know exactly where to go.
And Jamie's that guy. What's that meme online? What's that meme online with the dude with the chain? The chain
like
gun?
Every stealth. It's from I think Commando.
Yeah,
it's like every stealth game. It's like. But I was trying to collect my thoughts when you mentioned about how you can just sneak in there, because that's the battle plan. Like we had this thing where it's, hey, let's maybe get into a Unidad car.
Yeah,
and we'll just drive in.
I tried that and it didn't work.
It worked for us until Jamie hung out the window. Spotted. All right, let's sneak up this hill. We'll go take the train tracks. We'll go inside the base.
My goodness.
Spotted. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot the guy. You know,
I didn't mean to shoot.
There was one time it was my fault because he snuck into the building where Sam is. He's in the upper level.
Yeah.
He got in there, and I'm like, I'm right behind you. And I was going down like through this little like not alleyway, but like between the buildings, and this guy just came around the corner and just saw me.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as
but that's a lot better than, oh, hey, I ran out with grenades and just started chucking them around.
As soon as you get spotted and they're sneaking in, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. You got to reset.
And then like the whole army comes on top of you
and it's
when
like
you
all these
finally get it.
Yeah.
And if you lose, it's like there wasn't a checkpoint. You don't just get to
and
start
that's the
right
thing
there.
Is we finally like we were trying a few times and we just couldn't. He's just so.
We love you, Jamie. It's all right.
He's so trigger happy sometimes. It's just like, dude, like,
I want to shoot something.
I actually saved a clip on PS. I'll have to actually probably maybe archive it and I can put it on. I don't know, but I'm just like. I'm like yelling, do not shoot anybody. Do not pull your guns out. Don't do X, Y, and Z. But yeah, it's really cool to hear Sam speaking to you and
as Michael Ironside.
Michael Ironside, yeah. But like we played the other night for quite a while, and after a while we're just kind of goofing around, just letting the dad come at us and mowing them down. I got off because I was going to go to bed, and like 10 minutes later, he texts me, I got in, and like he talked to Sam, and that's when you have to like basically hold them off,
defend a huge amount of stuff too.
the base or the building.
You got to take down helicopters.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
And he just got wiped out completely.
Oh yeah.
So I think
I wish I would have done it in time because then you get the Splinter
I think
Cell
if
items.
you jump in and we have got Chris, we could probably do it.
I think
But,
so. We'll just tell Jamie to hang back. And we'll go do the mission. Like when the stuff hits the fan, just like Jamie, just come in here, start shooting. That's
if
what
you
you
guys
do.
coming, just go.
But just that game is it's a blast.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I was remembered as to why he's not allowed to drive the cars anymore because he's just all over the place and he's running into stuff and. It's just so I played quite a bit of that.
Well, I remember even when we were just playing some co-op missions on my story, and it was like you were sneaking around to one side so you can get to a sniper spot. Because typically, how I play is that someone's usually running point with a sniper rifle. Because that's not what I do. I go in there with like a submachine gun or something with a silencer, and I'm the ground guy.
Yeah.
And so we were kind of setting that up, like it just naturally was coming together, and then there's Jamie running on
right
you're just
through
like
the middle.
you just you see him running on the dock, and he's just going. Then they're like the alarms are going off. Like, well, never mind, Mark, getting back in the boat. Let's go meet Jamie over here.
We did that story mission too. I forget her name. It's the female, the beauty queen who's in charge of like the distribution for the cartel.
Right.
And you have to go in and extract her and her daughter. And
I don't know if I did that.
Yeah, you have to go.
I
to
got
like,
a lot of missions,
like
left
her
to do in that
house,
game.
and like it's because like it's her people that are guarding the house against protecting her, and then El Sueño's guys all come in. So it's like it's meant to happen.
Right.
It's like a scripted event. But man, like just sneaking up to that house, and we're trying to like mark the guys and pick them off, so we can just sneak in there and get in the helicopter and
Dude,
go.
mark and execute stuff is so good.
It's
to have
so
in those
like
games.
when Jamie and I when we like do
Yeah.
it properly, it's so
amazing.
satisfying.
Yeah.
It's like 3.
That was like the
2,
best thing about
1.
Like the
It's
Splinter
awesome.
Cell, the last
Yeah.
2 Splinter Cells having those, like because to me it was like I've said before, it's more about puzzling the situation out.
Yeah.
And it makes you think about how do I take care of this tactically.
And there were a few times doing that mission before we kind of got our groove, and we're like, okay, get this guy, don't shoot yet, get this guy, and then you just hear like, oh, sorry, and then it's you're like, you get killed, or something, or you see him like you see his bullet like out of the corner of the screen, like, and he misses the guy, or he's trying to shoot the alarm out, and
Yeah.
But the first time we extracted him, I had he had the woman. I forget her name, but she she was struggling, and the little girl wouldn't follow. And I was in the helicopter. I'm like, let's go, bring her. And he's like lost in the hallway and stuff, and he can't get out. And he's like, I can't find the stairs. And the helicopter gets blown up, and oh my gosh, it's just. I love playing with that guy because he makes games so much more fun.
Yeah.
And
he doesn't.
maybe sometimes I take it too seriously.
Right.
Like, okay, after like the 5th time, let's buckle down and do this.
No, you should because
but
then at some point it's
right.
just a waste of your time.
just stop just trying to kill guys for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And just we'll sneak in here and do them. So
Right. And the funny thing is, he's not trolling.
no,
like,
not at
he's
all.
Not, like,
no, he's
right.
Yeah. No.
Right.
But we've played with other
he's
people
being
like that in the
serious.
past too. You remember?
That's just Jamie.
You remember the old Rainbow Vegas days?
Was he? I don't remember.
No,
him
not
being
with
part of that or
Jamie,
not,
but other people.
Yeah.
Like Buddy would he'd run in there just like chucking grenades.
Yeah.
And he'd die like in 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah, and then he'd be all
you
like,
can't
"Can we restart?"
You can't do that in Rainbow. And that one time, I think it was Brett was like the last guy standing, and he was like putting up C4 traps in the bathrooms.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, he would do that a lot.
Oh my gosh.
You'd just be waiting there for like 20 minutes. Like, can you just go try and shoot that person? It's not a big deal if we win or lose this
Our
match
other
at this
friends were
point.
just like going insane, waiting to respawn, and
Yeah.
that just makes it much more, I think, enjoyable. But
Yeah.
we have a good time with that. So yeah, a lot of Ghost Recon. Just
Captain Toad.
I'm just Captain Toad, some P-Cross. I'm just dabbling and stuff, really.
Right. We're about, we got a month to just kind of
We're almost
dabble in what
there.
we need, and
We're almost there.
then everything
Just-
hits the fan.
Bite-sized chunks of stuff here and there, and
Like Dead Cells is going to be the next game I pick
Yeah.
up, and that'll tie me over till Spider-Man.
yeah.
Well, probably Tomb Raider and then Spider-Man, right? Or Spider-Man first?
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man
on the
early?
7th.
Oh, ooh. Ah.
Tomb Raider's the
I'm
week
excited,
after on the
yep.
15th or the 14th.
That's too bad, Tomb Raider. It's too bad. You're going to wait.
I'm looking forward to both, but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I'm gonna go through Tomb Raider first, no question.
All right.
But yeah,
Whatever question of that.
I don't know if I'll pick. I'll get if we get Spider-Man for
That's
if
like
if we get
lock.
Spider-Man
That's
for
an
free.
absolute lock.
I'll for sure pick it up. I'll for sure play it day one.
Yeah.
But if we don't get it day one, I'll probably hold off a little bit to play it, even though it looks really, really good. Because there's just going to be a lot.
Oh yeah, it's like September alone is 3 major titles. Well, 2 major, 1 sort of major because it's Dragon Quest. Right. You know, America's weird. You know,
It's
I
still
honestly,
a pretty big deal though.
It
for
is.
lot
It's
of
a
people.
huge game.
Yeah.
But I think the problem that I have is that Square Enix is like, well, Dragon Quest never does well in the States. I'm like, you never release it in the States. How are we supposed to do? Like, come on. Toot noise.
Yeah.
Nothing else for you though?
No, I know we have a video game podcast and we don't.
That's
really
all right.
play a lot
Sometimes
of
you just don't
video
have time.
games, but it's
I think is it.
time.
Just remember,
time is
the
a
name of the show is no longer the next level.
It's
It is
dads.
now-
dads who occasionally play video
that
games.
sometimes play
Yeah.
games.
I was trying to think, like, is there an acronym, like, on episode 100, we retire the name,
We could.
and we find an
Snag it
acronym
up.
that somehow implies dads sometimes play games that works on a really good level. Like, maybe we do have to change the name to Dads Sometimes Play Games.
We get more just day-to-day mundane stuff, you know.
Hey, well, that's like even my... So
I
my
changed
buddy,
a few diapers today.
Mark
I
will
went to
have
the grocery
chainsaw
store,
corner.
Went to Chainsaw Corner. I
Well, like
almost
my
cut
buddy-
my foot off today using my chainsaw.
Oh,
Nice.
gosh, did you really?
No, I
Oh,
just...
God. Ooh. You're scaring me.
There goes the foot.
And I told my mom, by the way, that I bought a chainsaw on the phone about a week ago. And the same reaction you guys had. Wear protection, wear eyeglasses, don't cut your feet off, don't do it around the kids. I'm like,
Just more
yes,
motherly.
Mother, thank you.
Yeah, don't just like swing your chainsaw like this when your kids are around.
Right.
Check this out. Isn't this awesome?
Hey, catch.
Hey, Penny, catch the chainsaw.
You could juggle these, right? No, like my buddy Chris started listening because the whole Google Play thing, I didn't realize it wasn't on there. So I think a lot of people weren't checking it out because a lot of Android users.
Yeah.
So that's fixed. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen, it is on Google Play. Literally, the only reason it wasn't is because the picture wasn't big enough, but it was. So I had to remake the logo.
Yeah.
And I made it even bigger so that Google Play would be like, okay, because your podcast is published.
Those
Yeah.
Googles.
Yeah, but like, so he started listening, and he was even just telling me, it's like, it's great. You guys are doing great. I love it. You guys are talking about all this stuff, and you started talking about a bunch of games I didn't know, so I just kind of stopped listening.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you, my wife?
We cater to everyone.
People like
Yeah.
They do.
they just like the chit chat.
That's
I don't
okay.
mind the chit chat
okay.
sometimes. It's
This
cathartic.
is how we get. Sometimes we get our our updates on what's going on with each other.
Yeah, and that's true.
Someday,
I don't see you guys all the time.
Someday, when Brandon and I are released,
Oh, it's gonna be such a good
we're gonna
podcast
have
streak.
months and months and months
Retail therapy
and months
is
Yeah.
what it will
of
be called.
material.
Oh yeah.
It'll just be interviews. Mark will be laying on the couch over there, and I'll be Mark. Tell me how you really feel.
I hate
And then
everything.
We'll just go into like a dream sequence. And Mark,
What is wrong with people?
right? It'll be.
I'm pretty
great.
sure we'd have like a whole Seinfeld routine about
Right.
how dumb people are.
Yeah. I think so.
It's good.
But-
That'd be awesome.
Another day.
Someday we'll have a next level AMA,
Yep.
I would love
or
to have
we
that.
call it an AUA. Ask us anything.
Yeah.
Because between the three of us, we'd probably have months and months and months and
Lots
months
of
of material.
Oh yeah. Oh, years.
I mean,
worth.
nonstop. I mean, nonstop. We could just go for months on it, not even stop. So
Right. I think we should just like write a book.
that's what Dave and I actually
Yeah,
talked
just-
about seriously for a while. Actually, about sitting down and actually writing a memoir of type
Right.
of sorts. But
Wasn't there
Then
a
he
guy who
stopped
when
working there,
when I
I mean-
worked at the mall? You were telling me about this person who wrote a bunch of stories about how he
Yes.
walked up to some person
No.
that smelled really bad. That was like laying on the floor looking at a game case or something, and he just like sprayed them with with like air freshener until they walked out.
I don't know if that was an actual what that was, but there was a guy. It was really big in the early 2000s. He owned a little gaming store up in Canada,
Okay.
and his site it's like a blog, but it's written in a way where it's like a book, like a story,
Okay.
and it's called Acts of Gord. Gord.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So if you've ever worked retail, any capacity, this is a must-read. I mean, I'll go back to it maybe once or twice a year and reread it. It's just phenomenal. It's so good.
Right.
That's awesome.
Well, there's that
It's amazing.
TV show. I think we talked about it on the podcast a long time ago. That was that TV show, and I think it was a foreign TV show, so we didn't get it here. But it was kind of like they were mocking that they worked at like a Best Buy. Like
Oh,
an
yeah.
electronics
Oh,
store.
it was,
I didn't know that was like a full
yeah.
TV show.
Yeah. I think it's a TV show.
It is. Yeah. But there's one about the lady trying to return the
Turn
camera.
the camera. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taking really blurry pictures.
Are you in the car when you're using the camera?
Yeah, we were just, yeah.
Well, that's why they're blurry. No, but the camera takes blurry pictures.
And then he just
Because you're in the
takes
car.
a picture of himself.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
does.
oh,
Yep.
looks
It-
good.
That's what he did. It works
Yeah.
fine.
Right. I'd like to return this toaster.
and then-
Did you buy it from here?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, then he calls her a bunch of like really bad names.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then she leaves, and he's like, "I'm gonna get fired."
Yeah. So, one day.
Well, it's like Control Alt Delete had in their like old original like comic strips online. It was like one of the guys finally got a job at like a computer store, but the boss there would just tell people off all the time. He goes, "You can do that here?" And goes, "These people are idiots." Of course.
I'm the owner.
I own this place. Great.
Oh man.
Well, if it makes you guys feel any better,
And he
I
had
also
3 days off this week.
I play a ton of games.
No, I didn't. I really didn't. Like, yeah, I was playing some NHL and stuff with buddies yesterday because when we get together, it's kind of like the game we play. I didn't even play the beta for 19, which I think is still going. We were just playing some NHL 18 and having fun with that. But
Some chill, bro.
don't you dare! Don't
Chill,
you dare
bro.
bring that into this. I'm sorry. What is that face, Brandon?
Chill, bro. Want to play some chill, bro?
Gosh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad that they adopted that name
Chill.
too.
Chill.
Like they
Chill.
Gosh. Anyway, so I showed off. I showed off some VR to my buddy because he likes Batman a lot,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, you got to try this Batman
Batman's
VR."
the
And I've been
best.
talking about it forever. So I had a couple guys over, and one's like really into like Skyrim and stuff like that. One's in the Batman. So I was like, "I've got the stuff for you. Let's try this." The one guy didn't end up trying the Skyrim VR. I just kind of showed it to him because it was really late and they just needed to go. I was like, "Oh, I'll check this out." I played through the beginning, so we'd have a save state for you, but check out how you can shoot this bow. It's really cool. But it looks like crap. And it's so hard to
Skyrim?
look at. Yeah.
It
And
does.
like going back to Batman, you're like,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's a
Batman
much
looks really well.
smaller thing, but man, it's like VR needs to always at least look this good, like London Heist good.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, I want to pick up that, what is it called? It's Fire something. It's basically Rainbow Six Siege, but in VR.
Yeah.
Fire-
What's his name?
Fire-
Was talking
it
about
wasn't
that a few
Fire
months
Team?
ago.
Fire Team Bravo.
You're like-
No, that's
you're
was
like-
that one?
Bravo. Yeah, that one's
You're
Bravo.
like
that was
throwing
really
grenades
bad.
back and stuff over tables and
Maybe, I don't know.
what's his name from Kind of Funny?
Oh,
Yeah,
I was talking
yeah.
about that a few months ago on his show.
I'm. What is his name? I should know.
It's
his
the guy
name.
we met in the
Greg.
airport. Greg
Yes.
Miller.
Miller. There we go.
Yeah.
But no, it's Fire something 0 something. I don't know. It's gonna drive me nuts. I need to look it up. Someone look it up for me.
Did you ever pick up Doom VR?
Yeah, I have that.
He's
I
got it,
barely touched it.
Okay.
It didn't seem very good.
Okay.
That's more, I think it's more of just like a
It's
like,
not an
it's
on
like-
rails.
It's like a
but
wave type thing,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is.
Yeah.
Sword.
I don't think it's
sort
a full
of.
game.
You move
No,
around.
It's not Doom in VR. No, it's
You like move into spots and you just kind of shoot stuff. So really, it's just like get in a good position and take a
Right.
couple shots.
Does it
Just-
look good though, or is it?
I
almost
honestly
like
don't
Elder
remember.
Scrolls?
I was just
Okay.
like so not interested in the game at all that I was just like, I don't
Right.
know about this.
for as good as Resident Evil 7 is in VR. I still think just pick up and play and just show it off. Batman is still
It's the one.
Yeah.
the de facto game.
I-
Like that's the one you show people because it's amazing.
I still feel that Resident Evil, it looks good, but the only reason why it looks good is because it has that grit and that
Oh, yeah.
that grain.
the opening sequence of that game when you're outside.
it's
Yeah.
rough.
It's rough.
It is really rough.
It's-
But when you're
once you get
inside,
inside the house,
horrible.
like okay, this
they,
looks pretty
they can
good.
hide it because it's kind of dark and
Yeah,
it's got
well,
that
absolutely,
gritty
because
look.
it's darker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
darker
even
graphics
still,
to
like
it.
graphically, like on the characters and stuff, it looks good still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Batman does. And like leaning in and just talking to Alfred or like the whole ending sequence, because he ended up playing through the whole game, and I was like, oh, this end was really
Oh
cool,
yeah, the
man.
ending
It's
is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
And-
like the scene in the morgue, like just the detail in that
Yeah.
room and the cadavers and stuff, and just,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing at the beginning of the game is just picking up stuff and just
flinging
throwing
it
it.
around.
Like,
Yeah, like,
Did you guys see
like
that
there was
guy
a
playing,
picture, you're throwing it?
He played like a legit piano song, and then like every time that picture would reappear, he'd stop, grab it, just throw it out of the way, and just go back to playing the piano.
again. Nice.
But it was cool seeing it again because I agree. Like I think Batman is the VR game,
Right, and that
to
was
show.
exclusive to the PlayStation VR when it first came out.
Yep.
So I'm like, if they made it specifically for the PSVR, other games could release their game and
Yeah.
make it
Yeah.
look that good. So
And it was just like, it's funny always seeing someone do VR for the first time. But I was proud of him because I was thinking like how if I was a Sony rep, this is exactly what I'd be doing because I can't help myself to be like, yeah, like so you want to kind of look left here. There's this thing over here. This is how your buttons work. I'm like handing the control mic. Now feel this right here. This is the move button because he didn't know what those controllers were. But I think I catch myself like over explaining because I want them to experience something.
Right.
But I was like, hey, you don't have to look down to do things. You can grab the Batarang without looking at it. And he was doing pretty good with that stuff. And he after a while, because it was late, we're all getting stupid, and he just started talking like Batman and just being dumb. And it was really hilarious. So shout out to Krim, who I'm hoping is listening now, that he can subscribe, because we were dying. It was really funny, and he would just grab his grappling hook and just look at it, and then look away and goes, "No shot, shoot it." And he goes, "First try."
Where's the trigger?
Yeah. So he was cracking us up. He ended up playing through the whole thing, and I was like, "Yeah, this is sweet."
nice.
And then showed him a little super hot VR and stuff like that. But and then I played Vermintide 2 because that was free on Game Pass. So I'm gonna play that more. I think because that actually seems pretty fun, and there's more like you level up and you get different versions of the characters, and you can unlock difficulties to fight more waves.
That was like the Left 4 Dead style.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you haven't played it, the Warhammer Vermintide games are Left 4 Dead if it was swords, bows, and magic and stuff. And it's pretty fun, and it's very similar. Like it has the I forgot I was moving the camera. It has the when you're in the you're playing Left 4 Dead and you hear like that little bing 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 bing, bing like a little music cue, and then the horde starts coming. It has that kind of stuff in Vermintide as well, and I think it's interesting to see those parallels. And I have things like, oh, here's this guy who will grab your buddy and choke him and then drag him off the map, and so very similar to Hunters and all that stuff. So it was really cool.
That's the game you were playing a few weeks ago here, right?
Yeah,
the
That came
beta.
out? Yeah, the beta. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about
Cool.
picking up the first one. So it's like $10 to $15, but it's online only. So you can't. There's not an offline mode like there is in Vermintide 2, but it's pretty fun. I think it's only $30, so it's not bad. I may pick it up maybe on PS4 if my friends want to end up playing it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Right now it's free, so I'm playing that. So
Free is good.
yeah, that was kind of it. I didn't have a ton going on outside of that, so.
Join the club.
No,
Join the club.
no more tickets for you on the boat yet, Mark.
No,
No.
I think maybe
Yeah,
one more trip.
staying away
so,
from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
don't want to get pulled over by the Coast Guard. Bad
we
news
didn't
bears.
dare even. I mean, I was
Oh,
working
no.
all weekend anyway, but
It's packed.
my dad, he wouldn't want to take it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I didn't go down there at all. My mom took the kids down there last night for the fireworks.
Nope.
But
Our parking lot, and
at this point, it's like
we're miles away from like the downtown to
Yeah.
go see the fireworks. Our parking lot was full by the time we closed.
oh, yeah,
today.
people just walk down there. It's
Yeah.
quicker just to walk back
Oh,
and
yeah.
forth than it is to.
Try to
Yeah.
find a parking spot.
We could hear the fireworks in Spring Lake from my house. Obviously, we could, they're booming away.
Yeah.
They sounded pretty good.
Whatever.
Oh, I'll picture them in my head while they're going
Right.
off, and the carnival, whatever.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
what it is, and I don't know.
And so I guess the other thing I wrote this down, but I started making this list that Brandon saw. You probably can't read that because it's really far away. I started making a list of a bunch of games that I thought were good that people hated. So I realized, especially like a long time working in the retail biz and all that kind of stuff, I found a lot of games that, like, a ton of people walk in and be like, I heard that was crap. It's stupid. I was like, no, actually, it's really good. And I found a passion for, I see, even you see stuff on there.
Who thinks these are... See, this one, people
hate that game. People hate the Order 1886.
That game was really good, but it
Why?
was short.
People hate it.
Why? I ask people, like, people say, oh, there's a
Too
reason.
basic.
There's a reason why this is only $10. And I say, why? Give me a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it sucks. Like, no, that's not a reason.
It's not a reason.
Like, have you played it?
Most of the time, people haven't played
No.
it. Or they go by hearsay.
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good.
It was good, too.
Yeah, and it's like, I think of, like, I did the one, In Defense of Mighty Number 9. And while I would wish I could go back and re-record some of the audio for that, because I had a thing I just threw in there really quick. It's like, but I'm just like, that was a game where the internet exploded in hatred for that game. Mm-hmm. And it became this whole deal where no one would even give it a shot. And there was multiple people that I popped the game into our kiosk and said, give this a try. And they're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I was like, yeah, it's not that bad. I actually really enjoyed it. It was one of my top 5 favorite games of that year. I couldn't stop playing it when it first came out because I was having a good time. And that's why I know I'm going to love Mega Man 11 because it's just going to be better than, hopefully it's going to be better. And yeah, it just always feels like people look at a lot of these games and they think they're terrible or they haven't tried it. They just heard they're terrible, so they just go with it. It's terrible. Yeah. And I find that, like, a lot of times, I think one of my passions is that I enjoy not defending a good game, but like finding the good in stuff and celebrating stuff. Like the one I was working on is Drive Club.
Yeah,
Drive Club's spectacular.
People hate Drive Club a lot, and anywhere you listen to it, people are like, "Oh yeah, that game was terrible," or you see like the reviews for it, they're not good, or blah blah blah. And I'm like, you could maybe dislike Drive Club, but there's certain things that game did that is better than most racing games.
Right.
I
Like
think.
the weather effects.
I might catch some flack for this, but it's better than Gran Turismo.
Oh no, you won't catch any flack from that.
Because that was butts.
Gran Turismo was terrible.
Yeah,
that series has completely fallen apart since 3.
See, now we're doing this.
Yeah, yeah. Good point.
It's true, but
in defense of GT Sports,
right?
But like that's the thing. I could go into GT Sport and find things that I enjoy about it.
Yeah,
like I could do that.
Yep.
But I wouldn't go to bat for that one. But I don't.
Drive Club made things fun.
Those games are all. I mean, they're not.
But like, here, I'm going to read off a couple. Star Fox Zero. I think it's a really good game.
And I didn't really play it, but I could see.
Yeah. Well, people would say that's one of the worst things ever. How about so I put this one on here, Geometry Wars 2, because people would say the first one's way better. Which is impossible to say that because the whole entire first game is in the second game. So I mean, like, how is that better? Anyway, or TMNT, Mutants in Manhattan. People don't like that game. People don't like...
I mean, do you have reasons why?
I could tell you why people don't like, say, TMNT. Mutants in Manhattan is a game where the action is not as good as Platinum's other games. The levels are just these open, stupid things, and some of them are repeats. And it doesn't do this. It doesn't do what I thought it would do. And it's too short. Why'd they charge that much? Like, there's a lot of reasons, and I think some of them make sense. Like, I get it. Like, there's a sewer level in that game I never want to play again, but I will because I like where it all goes. I understand like the setup. Like, I could look at TMNT Mutants in Manhattan and go, well, obviously they designed the game this way because they want to bring back the nostalgia of a classic, 2D.
Yeah.
Like Turtles in Time style fighting game, but in the 3D style of fighting that we're used to that Platinum makes. Mm-hmm. That's why these levels are just like, hey, I don't know, there's foot soldiers on the roof. Maybe go beat them up. Or, oh, there's a random objective that popped up over here. Maybe go do that.
Right. Had Bayonetta's level design ever been that important? Like, other than, I guess, running on a jet.
Right.
But I mean, when you play a Bayonetta game, you're not like, oh, the level design was so great. You're like, no, the fighting the enemies was great. Like the action in it. I mean, she spends a lot of time in the air. There's no level design there, So it's like that's.
And the thing with TMNT that people complain about when it comes to the combat is that it doesn't do the slowdown because you can't. Because if you're playing it 4-player, you can't slow everyone down.
Right.
So it does a thing instead where if you time the dodge right or whatever, you go behind them and jump on their back. Mm. And then you get like double damage by pummeling them on the head or something. But like there's, what else did I write in here? Like Metroid Other M, universally hated by most people. It was really good.
The game itself was
Like,
really
plays
good.
great,
I mean,
and I could tell you why. There's reasons I don't like
people didn't
things
like
in
because
the
she
game.
was so whiny.
Read the comic book. Read the officially sanctioned by Nintendo, canonically correct comic book, and you'll understand why Other M is the way that it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I would say. Or like, oh, why couldn't she just use her weapons? Like, the only things you can complain about are the Varia suit and grapple beam. Other than that, everything else makes sense. Like, of course you can't use bombs. What if you blow up this thing and you kill this lady? You know, like, at least it made sense, and it wasn't a situation where it's like, well, I fell over and I lost my powers, or oh, something happened, I lost all my powers again. I constantly lose my powers. Greatest bounty hunter in the world, can't seem to keep my suit straight. You know, like, just stuff like that. But I have a long list of things I think would be fun to keep going along with the in defense of make it a series and just do a bunch of stuff. Because, like,
well, Star Wars Battlefront 2, we talked about that on the show
Yeah.
a while ago. Like, it's just because of all that controversy and drama, the whole game's ruined now.
yeah, except for in like with
But
all the
now
updates.
it's great.
Yeah,
And it
all
wasn't
the
even
updates-
broken in the first
Quite
place.
good.
All of the updates didn't change anything about how that game played.
Right.
All it changed, well, I mean, obviously there's probably tweaks, but like all that changed was how the progression worked.
Right.
So just
Oh.
like
Yeah.
dumb.
Now,
So-
and it's ruined. Everybody's like, I heard that game's stupid. I was
Yeah.
like, well, why'd you hear it was stupid? Because they're charging money for characters. I'm like, okay, but the game was good.
Yeah, and also you didn't have to buy
Yeah, you didn't have to.
any real
They
money.
already
to get
gave you
those.
some.
I got those characters so fast.
Yeah.
So dumb.
That game is dumb. I had to pay money to unlock Darth Vader. I need $25 for V-Bucks in Fortnite.
Got him.
Can I get some
I
of
need
that?
to unlock a dance move. I need $38 in V-Bucks.
My buddy told me how much he spent on what do they call that? The franchise pay money to get cards thing in EA's games. Like Hut and he did Hut.
Hut
Mutt
and
and
Mutt.
Mutt
Fut, Hut.
and Nut.
Oh, got him.
Are they gonna have a nut in NBA? You think?
Oh, I meant like a shell.
Or
No,
the
don't say that. Come on.
were there different pack? Was one like D's, like D tier nuts? D's.
No, that one's called Hut. So they can reserve the right to use nut for NBA because I don't know, 'cause that culture would probably say
If they actually called it Nut, that'd be the best thing ever. Like, great job, EA.
yeah. But I don't know. I actually have NBA Live 18 is on my list.
Did you pick it up?
I did. Yes.
Nice.
Thank you for the.
You're welcome.
The
I
heads up.
saw that. I'm like, I gotta text Eddie right now.
And I was kind of sad. So I was messing around with that too, and I still think it plays fine and everything, and it's a good basketball game. But I was like, oh man, there's no street ball. I can't play 21 with my buds.
That one game is usually on sale quite often. Is it
No, that 3-on-3.
NBA?
I heard that's.
Is it not
The
good?
NBA
I heard it's
Jam
not great.
ripoff?
It's like they didn't do a good job really doing
It's not
the
called
NBA
NBA
Jam stuff.
Street. It's called Is it 3-on or Street 3-on-3 or something like that?
Street
Something
ballers.
Like that.
Wasn't there like an NBA baller like
There's a couple.
yeah Streets?
What was that
but it
one
part
with,
of the Street series? Baller Beats.
Baller Beats.
Yeah, yeah.
I
want
wanna try that.
No,
With
you don't.
Majesco,
Yeah, I do.
With,
No, you don't.
Majesco. They like went bankrupt
Yeah.
after they released that
Yeah.
game.
Dude, it's like living out my High School Musical fantasies.
Yeah.
I can start dribbling on time to the beat. This
I
is the
remember
last chance to get it
when
right.
they were
This is
at,
the last chance to work it on.
Conference.
They were at conference
Yeah.
that year, and those two spokespeople, they were
They talked about it
so
forever.
they were so excited.
Yeah.
That must have been the year
She
before
was
I got there.
so excited talking about this game, and it just
Nope.
I mean, nothing.
Yeah. They must have test groups of people that they bring in. Like, they really need to bring in some people that actually.
Well, someone's like, "What if you live in an apartment and you're on the
Right.
second floor and you're sitting there bouncing the basketball all night?
Right.
And like your neighbor below you.
you just took down a piece of wood and bounce on it. If you can't bounce it on your carpet, it came.
no,
It came with basketball though. So
Yeah,
Expensive
that's a good
basketball.
list.
Yeah,
Street Fighter 5. I mean, like,
well, that's the thing. Like, people talk about Street Fighter V negatively every time it gets brought up, except for everyone would admit they just never like to. But like even Jason Oestreicher from Giant Bomb, huge Street Fighter V guy, thinks it plays great, but everyone hates so much around everything else. Like, think about the controversy when it first came out with the server crashes and
it was
like
half complete.
yeah, and there, yeah, like the arcade mode wasn't in there, and I always thought, like, even if the arcade mode never made it in there, who cares? All arcade mode is grab a character, fight other people. Oh, you mean like survival? The same exact thing, except for there was other things to do inside of it?
Yep.
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
No.
And plus Street Fighter said, hey, by the way, arcade mode's coming at this point in time. Oh, by the way, this is how this is all rolling out.
Here's our timeline.
They gave a full timeline, and they said, hey, we're trying to get this out before EVO. Like, they were just honest about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, server issues, I get it. Those happen in games. I wish it didn't, but it happens in, like, every game.
Every game.
And it's not as bad as Golf Club 2, and Golf Club 2 is still incredible. Played it the other day.
That was really bad.
That was rough. But at least it made sense why.
Yeah.
I mean, people are just transferring over, like, bajillions of courses to this new game. And it's going to happen again for 2019, I'm sure. But people hate so much about the things that happened around playing Street Fighter V that they hate Street Fighter V. And it's weird to think about coming to the defense of a lot of stuff on here. I have to defend Deformers, though. I showed that to my buddy last night, and he goes, this looks awesome. This looks like this would be really fun. I was like, well, too bad you're never going to play it.
It's done.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I do have the skit idea to pitch to you. I can either do it later or we can do it now for that. But
A skit?
yeah, for your defense of.
Oh, okay.
You could do a video series for it.
Am I going to dress up as a deformer?
Well, no, for the whole series.
Oh.
You'll have an alter ego.
Yeah.
So, like, you're arguing with yourself. So you'll be like, but bro, that game really sucks, man.
It's
And then you go back to your normal self. Well, actually, good little play off of that.
I'll shave my beard and record like half
I'll
the videos.
watch the videos, yeah. And then you'll
shave
just
half your
response
beard and
back.
just turn each side.
There you go.
But bro, I heard they charged a bunch of money for that game.
Yeah. I need some more V-Bucks.
Oh, I actually did write the Golf Club 2 on there, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah. I put Mario Strikers Charge on there because no one thinks it's any good, but it still is. I don't know, man. All this stuff's good. I don't even care. I'll defend every game on that list.
Plus
Get
many
outta
more.
Hopefully. But my hope is that, because I like them just being like a few minutes long, like 5 minutes or so, if that, or whatever. And then I'll probably try and record a bunch of this stuff, and that way I'll have something to just kind of put out over time in between things. So
You could play them during the break.
There you go.
hot diggity dang.
Yeah, and all these little series set up.
There we go. Well, how about we take a small breather, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some gaming news.
Sure.
All right, and we are back. So, folks, there was a game announced and released in the same day. You guys ever hear of La Mulana?
Nope.
There's a sequel, and it's actually, to let you know, it's a good game.
Oh.
It's, think Spelunky, but more of a Metroid Castlevania-style game. I'm, like, refusing to say the term. I won't say it.
I don't want to go down that path again.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of cool because I didn't even know they were even thinking about making that game, and they the game is out now. It was announced and then said, by the way, it's here.
It's available right now.
Right. Look under your seats.
Oh, did I win?
There's nothing on it.
La Mulana!
I didn't win.
And we've been speaking of or hearing about the supposed Nintendo Direct happening this month, and there is going to be one on my wedding anniversary.
Oh, great.
But I did laugh when you posted that, and it's just a Smash.
It's all
Yeah, it's
Smash
more
again,
Smash
right?
Brothers.
So thanks, Nintendo. We seen it. We trust
You
me.
are going to
You've seen
celebrate your
enough.
anniversary, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to watch any more Smash Brothers in lieu of this sweet pony keg I have in my fridge right now. Full of root beer,
of
by the
course.
way. It is 1919 root beer. We had it up on
keg
Mackinac Island.
upstairs. Where is it?
No, I had this. I told Sarah, I was like, we have to get a bunch of just pictures of me doing like a keg stand. At this thing. I mean, it fits in my
root
fridge.
beer.
It's not big. It's a pony keg. But it's 1919. We got it in, and that's the name of it. It's not the year. But it's
Vintage
Vintage
beer,
root
Brandon.
beer. I'm
No.
a very connoisseur, if you'd say.
Aficionado
Right.
of vintage root beers.
But it's it's
And he's like, shut up.
hey, it's a really smooth root beer. At least we remember. It's been a long time since we've had it, but it's really smooth. It's super delicious. Kind of like my favorite is that not Henry Weinhardt's. That's a good one though. But it's the Wild Bill's root beer because it's kind of like right in the middle of it. It has a little bit of that harder bite to it, but it's a very smooth drink. But I think 1919 is just a super smooth one. Yeah. All I know is I'm excited to drink it.
Have you ever tried any of the root beers at the candy store, the Lakeside Emporium? They have some that are like dipped in wax on the top.
Dipped in wax?
Yeah, like the top is like sealed.
It's like whiskey.
Oh,
they do with
yeah,
whiskey
yeah.
bottles too.
I think I've heard of that.
Really weird. I was looking there and I'm like, oh, maybe Eddie should try a few of these.
I'm trying to think of which ones they had there because I feel like
guy.
I've tried all of them, but I don't know because like Spreckers, I know they have
Spreckers.
Sioux
I
City
think on
Sarsaparilla.
draft at the party store down the road from there. I can think they have it like
on tap.
Yeah, on tap. Yeah.
What's the party store?
Gezzy's, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think they
I
have
was thinking
that
like
at
Halloween.
Yeah, no, like a liquor store.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll do a little root beer tasting.
Yeah. So going back to Smash Brothers, I think we've had this question before, but like, what would you want to be announced for Smash? Oh boy, for Smash Brothers.
Waluigi.
Yeah. Do you think they'll do it? I think the pressure's on. They have to.
I think
might
the
have to
pressure
at
is
this
on. They
point,
have to. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm still holding out hope for things that'll never happen, like Isaac from Golden Sun.
How about Pooh?
Like Pooh Bear?
Pooh from Earthbound.
Oh, I don't.
He's the ninja guy.
I've never played it. I'm sorry.
No, really?
Yeah, I know.
You've never played the original Earthbound for SNES?
I've never. I have played the very beginning, but I've never had it. So
shame to your family.
That's fair.
Shame to this house.
Right.
The podcast is over, guys. We have to leave. There's too much shame here.
No.
Shame.
Raw shame.
Shame. I don't have my bell. I can't ring it. Sorry.
But I think people are hoping for
like
like
a Game of
a
Thrones.
subspace emissary type thing again, and new character announcements. The only reason I think they hold a direct is they have to have a lot more to fire off for this thing.
What if they're just lying and it's not for Smash?
That'd be
and
sweet.
It just started out and it's everything that we talked about that got leaked before.
That would be way more exciting because I want to see a new Super Mario World.
And Eddie's like, I'm not watching. I'm not watching it because it's my wedding anniversary. And all of a sudden, he found the Saggins out. They announced all this stuff. He's like, no,
I could always watch it later. Like
you
the
did
next
me.
day.
You did me dirty.
Although I'm gonna be very like, oh gosh, what else did I sneak in there?
Yep.
No, we aren't doing anything that day. I think, except for maybe drinking root beers at night because
Getting real crazy.
We got the kids, and
Right.
we don't have anyone who could watch them that day. So we're just gonna do something on the weekend. 9 years.
Nice.
So
Wow.
next year is gonna be got to do something big.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The big 1-0.
Yeah.
It's also Dan's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. On the 8th. Don't get excited now. You gotta wait 2 more days. So earlier we were talking about Octopath Traveler, and
Yeah.
that apparently ships over 1 million units.
It's awesome.
Yes, let's give it an applause while we're still at it. Keep the applause going because the Nintendo Switch near the 2 million mark.
Woo!
2 million.
Sorry,
I didn't
20
mean
million mark.
2 million.
Great job,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
You almost got to the Wii U.
Yeah.
Now, is that Octopath? Is that 1 million shipped or sold through?
It says shipped.
Shipped? Okay.
Over 1 million. But
Okay.
did you guys see the picture of it though? That they had. It's actually the picture of them and the flag saying, "Oh, 1 million." It is the silhouette of Aerie from Bravely Default.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Maybe Square will realize that these are the games that people want.
People want old
Turn-based
school,
RPGs.
turn-based RPGs.
But that's the weird thing is like a lot of people are saying, "I don't ever want this ever again." Like I was reading that for a long time, looking at Dragon Quest
the numbers
stuff.
say otherwise.
Yeah.
Right. Because like think about it. Persona 5, huge success.
Mm-hmm.
Octopath Traveler, huge success. Hopefully, Dragon Quest 11, huge success, and they're all traditional.
Yeah, I was just watching a video based on some Square videos, and they said that Final Fantasy II was a flop on the N6 and the SNES here in the States.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems weird.
And I'm like, because it was a video about Mario RPG.
Okay.
And like Square need to reinvent themselves to get back into like the U.S. households.
Right.
And I'm like, wow, no, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, three was really big, but
Yeah, and I see.
Mystic.
I need more.
Well, they did Mystic Quest, and Mystic Quest was kind of a flop as well because it was like
It wasn't great.
simplified.
Mystic Quest is not. I've got that in my
I like it.
collection,
Yeah,
but
same.
it's not.
Actually, I think my Mystic Quest is a copy you owned. I think I bought it off you.
Oh, really? Did you?
I think so. Yeah.
That
But
sounds familiar.
It was
Yeah.
it was a westernized RPG because they just simplified it. They said,
Right.
okay, you guys can't handle all this extra stuff. Here's a game where you just press the A button over and over and over again.
Right. And it had enough stuff to make it like, okay, yeah, it's got, a couple skills you could get or whatever. Oh, you cast cure or fire or whatever. But it was like walk over to enemy, press A to start battle, then they're gone forever.
Right.
Like you just went through the dungeons and just did it.
So that, again, I hopefully Square just says, yeah, people want these games.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put out a Dragon Quest RPG, a turn-based RPG.
Maybe they'll give us a third Bravely Default game.
Maybe
on
the
the
Switch.
Switch.
That'd be
That
nice,
would look
too.
amazing.
Mhm.
That art style in that game looks fantastic. Or even if they remade those games and put them on Switch, I'd buy them again, like hands down, because I think that would be really sweet to have like a full res or whatever,
Right.
like definitive edition of those games. Because I honestly think Square has been doing awesome games that maybe don't get as much attention as say like Final Fantasy 15, which. Dude, like Final Fantasy 15 makes me think of Metal Gear Solid 5 a lot, and the whole like you didn't really finish this thought that you had here. Like you're kind of missing some story beats. Did you realize that? But what are you gonna do?
There's too busy working on Kingdom.
Yeah, and I hope Kingdom Hearts good or
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is good.
Sure.
Some people were expressing concern that it might not be or something, but it'll be fine.
That's impressive, though. 20 million
Yep.
in,
Yeah.
what, a year and a half?
Yeah, well, I sent you guys that thing that Go Nintendo tweeted out that was, like, what are they on? They did as much as, or much or more that PS4 did or something, but it was.
Well, PS4 just, I think, hit around 80, they said. It's closing in on beating PS3 at this point.
I wonder if I have the picture on here or if it's on my
What?
phone. Oh,
But
that's
no
a
one's going to
horrible
buy
shell.
any more PS4s anymore because the PS5's already going to be coming out next year.
PS4 is coming out this holiday, brah.
Yeah. So,
I tell people that ask,
No.
like, I tell them 2020.
yeah.
I said,
You got a couple more
don't
years
wait,
out of
don't
it.
plan until at least 2020.
Yeah, if you wait till then, you're wasting your time.
Well, I'll wait till PS5 to buy a PS4.
Which is why, like, why?
Right?
Like, don't you want to play games
Good
now?
games.
Like,
I don't understand why
what are you
there's
waiting for?
there's no new 360 games. Why isn't Fortnite on 360?
Oh, here it is.
Because it's not.
So it says.
360 is 15 years old almost.
After approximately 16 months, PS4 had sold 20.2 million units worldwide. As for Switch, the system has sold 19.67 million units in approximately 15 months. But the PS4 did this with 2 holiday seasons, while the Switch only had 1.
So they're on par.
So,
Yeah.
like it's cool to see that, like Nintendo's doing that well.
Mm.
So,
And you got to figure there's probably still people that haven't bought a Switch yet because of Smash.
yeah,
That's going to be a huge amount of people buying the system just for that
Do
time.
you think the Switch will pull Wii numbers, like in the 100 million?
Oh man, that's gonna be tough.
Because Wii was like, what, 110 or something?
isn't it like the greatest selling system ever, or something
I think
stupid
it's
like that?
I think it's second.
Oh,
behind
because it's
PS2.
Super. Was it PS2?
I think so.
I thought Super Nintendo had it for some reason, but yeah, PS2 makes sense.
No, Super was the fastest selling, I think, Nintendo until the Switch, I believe.
Oh, that's
Or
what it
something
was.
like
yeah,
that.
it was like the best selling Nintendo
The
console
fastest selling until Switch.
yeah.
Because Wii was like 100, I think it was like 120 or something.
It's something
like that.
ridiculous, yeah.
It's nuts.
Gotta get all those grandmas.
People
and fix
still
their
bring in
arthritis.
those Wii
Yeah.
Fit boards
Oh, yeah.
Golly.
and all their plastic golf clubs and tennis rackets.
Just filling those landfills.
What do you mean? What do you mean you'll take these? Like, I don't take them.
No one wants this.
This guy
Like-
brought in a giant tub of Skylanders the other day.
Did you take them and just donate them to me?
Right?
I mean, I don't want any of that stuff. Sorry, wife.
I have
He was very
bunch of
crestfallen that we wouldn't take them. So
I'll take them.
I
for
said, "Hey,
a
we can."
sum
I said,
of
"We can.
free.
We can donate them. That's the best we could do." And he's like, "No, I'll just keep."
I'll give you a free fitty.
And you'd be like, I will give you this poster if you want that. No, take this stuff like that. I've gotten stuff like that. No, there was. Oh gosh, I'd lost my train of thought completely. Never mind. Hey, all right, Nintendo, you did great.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Hooray! Great job, Reggie.
There was something about Skylanders that made me think of something. I just lost it,
Posters,
so I had to worry
tubs
about it.
full of Skylanders,
I'll figure it
free.
out. Oh, that's what it was. Actually, you said tubs.
See?
All right.
And
So where my wife works, people donated all those like Nintendo like baseball bat racket, tennis rackets and stuff packages or something. I think that's where it was. And they brought them all to Goodwill. It's like, what are we gonna do with this? You can't do anything with this. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. It was something like that. There was like, get rid of this
Goodwill
crap.
probably threw them in the trash.
They put them out for a while
Did
and
they?
then probably threw them in the trash. Yeah. So we talked about the Mega Man cartoon, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago, and how I thought it looked like complete garbage. Well, you can find out for yourself now because you can watch the first 2 episodes for free. And then sign into your cable provider and see if you can watch the rest. Because all 10 episodes, the first 10 episodes are up now for Mega Man Fully Charged, I believe is the name. I couldn't get it right when we were talking about it last time. And then, speaking of that, the first episode of the Ninja Turtles cartoon was up. And that is okay, I think.
What network is that?
That's Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's...
Don't think I get that, so we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I do.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? It's one of the internet streaming ones. Sling.
Yeah.
I don't
Dude,
know.
Our house would burn to the ground if we didn't have Nickelodeon.
I wish Viacom
Or
would
Sarah
let
and I
their
would just
stuff
run
be...
away, one or the other.
I just wish those things were on other things,
Right.
like
Yeah.
Nintendo, Nickelodeon and Viacom and all that stuff. They're just like, no, you have to get our stuff, and then you get our stuff.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way to get our stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what CBS with all their BS.
Yeah, I just wish they would let you do piecemeal meal channels.
Right.
And it wasn't like $10 per channel. 'Cause that's ridiculous. Because it's Netflix money right there, I guess. But
Yeah,
I-
like
I was going to say, the old school, that new Double Dare show is actually pretty good.
is
see,
it?
I've been hearing mixed things.
It
on
took me a
that.
while to get warm on the new host. She's okay, but Mark Summers is still there. He's he's like the Harvey capacity in the older show. He's like the announcer kind of slash
okay.
sidekick.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm like, why not just have him host the show?
Probably because he doesn't want to deal with it.
But he's there the whole time though.
Is he
He's just-
getting? Does he have to touch the slime though?
No, there's a couple parts you can see where she's like trying to hug him. He's like, don't touch
No,
me.
Dad, don't touch me.
Right.
But obstacle course, they brought back a lot of the really cool ones. And
That's cool.
I still sit there and watch it with the kids, and I'm screaming at the TV like, "The flag's right there!
It's in the nose. It's
Yeah, I
in the
remember
nose.
that. They're like,
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Like, oh my gosh!"
Yeah. I heard there was a rumor that they're bringing back Temple as well, but
Yep. That's
Yeah,
happening.
Temple was okay. If they brought back Finders Keepers, I'd be all over that.
Don't think I saw Finders Keepers. What is that one?
That was my greatest fantasy as a kid. It was at like this big giant house, and they would like, it was like a game show. They'd answer questions, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, you got 2 questions right," or whatever. And they get to like, "Okay, you go to the living room, find me the whistle,"
I do remember this
and
now.
the kids would just
Tear out.
trash the room trying to find this object. They could break they could break stuff. They could
What
throw
kind of
stuff
house
around.
did Mark live in, do you think, where it's just
Oh,
like,
my
I just
gosh.
wish I could just break everything in here.
I wanted to be on that show so bad.
That's like Sarah's dad, like, doesn't want anyone at their house because they might touch his banister or something on the
Right.
stairs. I don't know, though the pillow might not be in the right spot.
And that was the height of Double Dare, too, at that time, when I had the Double Dare T-shirt, and I watched Double Dare religiously, but Finders Keepers, man, was just, oh, my gosh.
I had
That show was so
a
good.
buddy of mine, his roommates in college met each other because they both lost at Legend of the Hidden Temple in the
Oh,
same
really?
episode. I
Nice.
think it
Oh,
was.
that's
So
cool.
yeah. I was, again, watching something on YouTube, and it was like a documentary based on like how that show was made.
Yeah.
They actually recorded all those shows in like a couple day period of
Oh, I
time, like
bet.
for the first season.
Yep.
So
They
it
would
wasn't-
do like 3 or 4 tapings a day.
yeah.
Nick Arcade was the same way,
Kids
too.
were sitting like in the back room, and I
Yep.
guess they had like arcades back there that they could play and
Nice.
stuff. Yeah, it was
Nick
cool.
Arcade, that was cool, too.
Mm.
And then...
I always wanted to climb the aggro crag.
Yeah.
I was just
'Cause
always into.
I feel like I could have beat those
American
kids.
Gladiators.
Yeah,
They
When I
had
was
the-
a kid,
they
I
had
would
the
always
guts,
watch
the
that.
guts,
yeah.
global guts.
Yeah. There's always like wrestlers on there and stuff.
All they got to do now, if Nickelodeon reboots Hey Dude, I will just be,
Salute your shorts.
oh my gosh.
They're bringing back Rugrats
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
live action movie.
But then when they
even.
bring it back, it always just ruins
If
it.
they brought back
yeah.
Hey Dude or just rebooted that show. Oh, man. Oh, okay, anyway. Not to get on that.
Yep.
It's okay. You want to talk about how sex changes? You want to talk about that?
Not really, but
Go for it.
I'm just kidding. So, sort of kidding.
I keep.
You guys know that SNK Heroines game that's coming out for Switch?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
the
we were checking that
all-female
out.
PS4.
What? No. Is it PS4 as well? Oh.
It's kind of retro.
Oh, cool. I thought it was only on Switch. So, okay.
Originally, I think it was announced as a Switch exclusive, kind of.
Or announced
sort of.
during the Direct, but they didn't
Yes.
say
Yeah.
PS4?
It's PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Because I know that because I'm torn.
Oh, and where to get it?
Yeah.
It's Switch. Don't
It's
worry.
Switch, yeah.
Well, no. Well, you don't use fight sticks, right? So, yeah,
It's
Switch.
Switch, yeah.
We'll see.
Because then you could bring it anywhere.
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like,
You
the
got
only
2
reason
players right there with the Joy-Con.
I don't know if I can use, like, if I got DBZ fighters on, or whatever, Dragon Ball on Switch, could I use a fight stick at all? And at this point, no. I have nothing that would make my fight stick work on there, I think.
With the Chronos Max work?
Chronos?
No, Chronos Max doesn't support Switch at all.
Oh,
Not yet?
really?
Really?
You can't just plug in the USB port and program it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and they said there's not enough room on the device, so sorry. And they won't
Like
try it.
memory or
Yeah,
something?
something like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
there's like the 8-bit dough thing or whatever. So I mean, there's things out there that will make things work, but the 8-bit dough one doesn't support USB. I think there's another one that's like the Cronus that I can't ever remember the name of, but that one I think supports. I don't know.
We could take a Joy-Con controller apart. We could solder to the pads
There you go.
into a fight stick.
Yeah. Just the little buttons on the fight pad.
Yep. Well, that's how they used to do it for, was it PS4 controllers? Or PS3?
Yeah,
They
because
used to have to solder to it.
yep, I remember Jake used to do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
They would take Dual Shocks and take them apart.
6-axis.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, 'cause
Probably,
they're
yeah.
cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah.
But anyway, which SNK character's having a gender
So,
change?
At first I was like, you can't. How do you announce Terry Bogard?
And then
But
and then
he's
you
a dude,
see-
and you're like,
Oh,
oh, that's not a dude anymore. By the way, did you see what's on?
genius.
Terry.
Yeah, you see what is on her hat? I'm looking it up. I'm trying to. There was something like instead of it saying Fatal Fury, I think it's Fatal Cutie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Goodness.
oh, it's not gonna. It doesn't have it on here. That's annoying.
Uh,
Yeah, it's quite ridiculous. But hey, the only reason I think it's weird is that there was a character in King of Fighters 14 that was like a fan of Terry Bogard, and she fought very similarly. They should just use her.
Yeah.
Because she had a cool hat. She was wearing one of those like big sweaters that kind of hangs over the shoulder, and had the big star on it like his jacket does. And I was like, yeah, she's cool. I had a lot of fun
Maybe
with
it's
her.
more just to
Maybe
bring
it is
some
her.
recognition to the
Oh,
game.
it's definitely not.
It's not her. No.
And that's probably what it is. It's like you got to have someone who plays exactly like Terry Bogard so they know what's going on.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got some big old cans now. So you know,
It's kind of like Poison.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
kind of,
that,
sort of.
yeah. And speaking of sweet fighting games and rappers, Def Jam might be teasing a new wrestling game, which is exactly what they need to go back to. Brandon looks so confused over there.
I know they had like a fighting game. Def Jam.
Are you thinking of Icon?
Vendetta?
Icon.
Or Icon?
Icon.
Well, because
But they had a wrestling game before?
the first two games, like the Def Jam Fight for New York and
Yeah,
Def Jam
yeah.
Vendetta, those are just wrestling games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They're
okay.
over
I
the
thought they were
top
just
wrestling
brawlers. So.
They kind of are.
Oh, okay.
But they're mainly just wrestling games.
Okay.
And when they went to Icon, that's why it was so lame, because it was just like normal guys sort of knowing how to fight, throwing fisticuffs.
That was even
in a
more like
street.
over the shoulder too, wasn't it?
I don't
was?
think that one was, but it had because it had this thing also
One of those was kind of over the shoulder.
where you'd flick the right analog stick to scribble on the or scratch on the vinyl.
Oh yeah.
And if you did it at the right time during
Yep.
the beat, you'd get super hits or something. It was terrible.
Yeah.
That game sucks. In defense,
Defend that one.
But does it?
Oh my gosh, is this an Onyx? They still make these?
Yeah, I've got a few of them at work.
That's
They
where
were
that one
pretty
came
nice.
from.
These are like the best pens ever. I
There's
don't think these weren't a thing anymore.
There's
We're
a
gonna do
guy who
20-minute
comes in,
podcast on pens.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
a guy who comes into
I
the
got
store.
through college on these pens.
He bought these. It's like a quill. It's a pretty thick pen, and
Yeah.
the cap on it's like basically an inkwell, and it's a full on thing. You can write it on the back of this. Have fun.
Give me some paper.
Write something nice. Goofball.
Oh,
we just
that's
got
it.
we just
Yeah.
got totally sidebars. It was like, it was a squirrel.
That's it.
Look at this. Mark's having a field
Such
day.
nice
Yeah.
pens.
Mark's like, where did you get these?
Yeah.
There's the only special order. You can only
I'll
get
order
them
20 of them.
right.
But anyway, gosh, he's drawing that S, that little lippy S thing that girls write on their notebook.
Or the shack.
Golly.
The shack logo.
Anyway,
Mark.
those games are cool because they were more like ludicrous doing like super. You remember like WWE All Stars?
Yeah.
It's more ridiculous than that.
Nice.
And I don't know if he listens to the show, but so a buddy of mine, he had it on the GameCube, and we were playing it for the first time, and he was talking about like how good he was, and he was talking trash about how he was beating us so bad, and blah 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 blah. I found out after the fact because he was using his story character, like this creative guy who beat the game. He beat the game with it. It turns out the more bling you wear, the faster you get special.
Right.
So he was getting his special
'Cause he had
move
tons
like
of bling.
every 5 seconds,
Right.
and we were not. So of course he
That's
was
why it was
wrecking
good.
us.
Right.
So
He
pay
knew.
attention to that.
He knew.
He knew what he was doing.
True gamers know.
So is this gonna have like a bunch of like actual rappers and stuff in it again?
I hope so.
That'd
I mean,
be
they've all
awesome.
had it.
we
except for
really
maybe
need another
Rapstar.
50-cent Blood in the Sand game.
Yeah.
Like, we need something that's just as good.
Something ludicrous.
Right?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know. I got nothing. Apparently that
we do
cool
need that.
joke.
We do need. Who's going to be the hero that
We never did
need?
play that game. Did we play that game?
Like, no.
We never
not
did
here,
that,
no.
did we?
I have it on PS3
What
and
game?
I was supposed to
We
bring
never
it
did
over, I
a
think.
like a
Quick
video
look
on
for...
Blood in the Sand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know we were
should.
planning it at one point, but
Be a good game to do it.
Yeah.
Had
You'd
to
probably
bleep-
get like a
had to
contact
bleep
strike.
it.
Yeah.
or let it fly, one or the other, whatever.
Yeah. So 2 last stories here. I'm gonna start with one that annoys me. Spyro.
Yeah.
Reignited trilogy.
Oh,
we all know
yeah.
it's coming. It's gonna be super great. Except for the fact that only one of the games is actually on the disc.
For Switch.
Spyro
Yeah.
2 and 3.
No, for like all of it.
Oh, really? I thought it was just Switch.
Spyro
all
2
of
and
it.
3 are download codes.
That's booty.
Complete
That's
booty.
really bad.
Yep.
Because I was like, I'll just pick it up for PS4 then.
I got to cancel on the game because of that.
Dude, absolutely. And it goes back to what we were saying before. Like, with remakes and like repackaging and stuff like that, the whole purpose of that to me is preserving
have it all.
the collection
Yeah.
in a physical way. Otherwise, I could just buy them all on a freaking eShop or something, you know?
I've
Like-
got them all physically on PS1.
Yep.
Right. You know, like, or even if it was like, a collection of Mega Man games. Like, well, I could have had this like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but like we said before, I mean, the game probably won't play the same as the originals, and everyone will just freak out. So
That's probably
that's
true.
Have
the
they- have they
least
given-
of its worries.
Have they given a concrete reason as to why they did it that way?
I didn't see anything.
I didn't see anything in the article that really mentioned it. But I mean, everybody, like Variety had an issue or an article about it. Like it was on Polygon. Somebody else had it too. It was
I
all
think
over the place.
they skirted what it was, so they just go. This is what Activision said, I guess, to Game Informer. They said a global launch date for Spyro Reignited trilogy is September 21st, and we're excited for fans to play all 3 Reignited games on that day. As with most games today, downloading an update after purchase is quite common.
Won't be able to
The
play.
language on packaging and on the web is to let players know the requirements for Spyro Reignited trilogy.
Won't be able to play it that
But it's
day.
not an update though. It's the actual game.
Yeah.
Right. So that bothers me. Like,
That is
I-
kind of poopy.
I'm already bothered by the fact that, you know, games someday, if I don't have the updates, won't be that good. Like, I was trying to think of another one instead of saying The Witcher 3 every time I talk about this. But there was another one I was thinking of where it's like, well, this game will never be good if I don't have the updates. Hopefully someone archives updates on a website and download on a USB or something, you know, when I'm 80.
I'm sure somebody will do that someday.
But yeah, and then I don't know. It's so why would I buy it
You know
physically
what?
at that point?
Just yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
or just
Why
wait,
even put the effort?
It's probably
just
why.
wait 6 months until they release it all on a disc.
That's what I'm hoping
Here's
for
our
Mega Man.
apology. Sorry.
Yeah,
Ooh.
maybe. I doubt they'll do that, but
No,
Yeah.
they won't.
Well, here, let's get heated about another thing.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
hate EA because
That's a fun thing to do.
I don't know. So, Colin Kaepernick he's like suing the NFL, and they don't have they haven't had the license for a couple of years now to use him in the game, right?
correct.
And they've even gone back and patched games to talk about the controversy and things, and like they've done that in the games, and not in a screw that guy or not in a take his name off everything kind of thing. It's like they've just been updating with the situation so that when you play that game, it talks about those things. So I guess the game's coming up pretty soon here, isn't it? Like Tuesday.
Hall of Fame is Tuesday.
Okay.
And then Standard Edition is Friday.
Okay. So
way early this year.
There's a song that is in the game that apparently says his name. And it's
by a bunch of people. I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
A bunch of rappers.
And it's bleeped out. Or not even bleeped out.
They
it's
cut
just
it
silent.
out,
Yeah, it's just
they,
silence.
yeah.
Cut out. And the world was freaking out like, you stupid idiots at EA don't know what you're doing and you're stupid and you're dumb, right? Everyone's like just freaking out, yelling at them. And they actually came back, I guess, sort of quick, within the same day, I think, because everyone was reporting on this too. And they said, sorry, if you wanted to add something.
No, you're going to read the response, but to me, it almost sounds like it was almost too convenient of an excuse. Like, say that, you know, like, but it does make a lot of sense what they say.
Yeah, and I guess this is where the discussion will have to be, right? So,
what did they say?
I get that, you know, people are just going to jump right at EA, and for me, the reason I say look is because I wish people would just wait a minute and wait for news to actually unfold instead of just like
that's the problem.
Everyone is so easily offended,
and everyone's so easy to jump the gun.
It's just like stop, don't be offended. Wait and see what happens.
Wait 2 minutes.
Yeah. Listen.
Wait 2 hours. Wait a day.
Yeah, like
let it settle in.
If you're gonna
you
make
don't have
a comment,
to respond right away.
Yeah,
let it simmer for a little while.
Right.
Sleep on it.
So I even feed myself doing that. Like, you know, something happens and you just want to respond.
And then I'll just
put
the phone down, and then I'll be like an hour later, like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and then you're just like, that's not that big of a deal. I don't even know why I was heated about that. But people have that instant gratification to be able to keyboard warrior it up on the internet.
Well, they want to be the ones that are like,
you stupid.
I was there in the front lines of the conversation. But like, I think if you're gonna jump in on it right away, I just want it to be more like, wow, this seems like a unfortunate thing that's happening. I wonder what they'll respond.
I wonder why.
I wonder what's going on.
What do you think the reasons are behind
this?
this?
Not just it's so stupid. Worst company in America. You know, like I just don't like the gut reaction bad
Let's
stuff.
wait for the response.
Right. And that goes for everything.
Kaepernick actually had that many fans that would be that concerned by this?
But I mean,
I don't even think he's mad about it.
It's their game. They can do whatever they want with it. And again, as a consumer, if you don't like it, don't buy it.
Right.
There's your response. Vote with your wallet. I've always told people this. Vote with your wallet. Don't buy it if you don't like it.
Yeah, if it makes you upset, why waste your time? But here is their response. We made an unfortunate mistake with our Madden NFL soundtrack. Members of our team misunderstood the fact that while we don't have rights to include Colin Kaepernick in the game, this doesn't affect soundtracks. We messed up, and the edit should never have happened. We will make it right with an update to Madden NFL 19 on August 6th.
Day one
that will include the reference again, which will include the reference again. We meant no disrespect. We apologize to Colin, to YG and Big Sean, to the NFL, to all of their fans, and our players for this mistake. So that, I don't know if there's a timestamp on that, but that was only, if I'm looking at this correctly, they posted the story at 5:04 p.m. and this was corrected by 7:20. So I mean, it was a couple hours, people. You know.
You know how you're getting old when you have no idea who YJ and Big Sean are.
I think I know who Big Sean is. Just
Nope.
Just by hearing it. But again, well, this could be a conspiracy theory. You think they did it maybe to drum up a little controversy? Like
that was my first thought.
Yeah, you know, we can come back real quick and say, "Oh, mistake. It was a mistake."
But it does seem like a pretty reasonable mistake. Like maybe the editing team was going through like, "Oh no, we can't use Kaepernick. We don't have the rights." I mean, but is he even protected under the NFLPA anymore? Like, I mean, his name was never copyrighted.
This is what I would say. I think this seems pretty legit. Like I honestly think they
made like an honest mistake.
They made an honest mistake.
Yeah.
But if you knew that the song was going to be bad and you thought maybe you had to get rid of a part of it,
right?
Maybe don't drum up controversy and just get rid of the song.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe there was a deal that was made.
Well, obviously, there's probably contractual obligations to this
big
YJ guy, whatever his name is. That
yeah. YG and Big Sean?
Well, sure. That had to be in the game. I don't know. I don't know who they are.
I don't either. Don't feel bad.
I'm sure they had, obviously, contracts in place saying that this song had to be in the game.
Yeah, and from a long time prior.
Right.
And they're like, oh, crap, we already made this commitment to this person, but we can't do this because of the legal rights. And they're like, oh, actually, no, we can leave that in there. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's an honest mistake. And so I think people maybe need to simmer down on it, maybe think about it a little bit first before we go nuts. But it's been an interesting controversy that happened over a couple days ago.
Yeah.
The whole world was exploding over this whole thing.
My big question, though, is there are actually rappers who rap about NFL football players.
They just name drop. Did they? I'm
that
guessing.
thing?
If was it it a song commissioned for for Madden, or was
I
it a
guess
song that was made
that could
before
be.
and then they added it in? But
That
then
could
if it
be.
was a song that was commissioned for Madden, wouldn't
just-
they have said don't mention Colin Kaepernick at all because we can't?
Yeah.
Like when it comes through the approval process, oh yeah, you can't.
But
do that. So I'm guessing it was a
But
pre-existing
it sounds like
song.
EA is saying that, hey, we knew we could use his name,
Right.
but like the editors or whoever it was
Right.
thought we couldn't, which is why they took it out.
Well, they couldn't use his name
So
in other
the game,
stuff,
yeah.
but it didn't
Yeah.
apply to the music.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But I would
We
say
consulted with our lawyers and they said it's all right.
Yeah. But like for me, there are rappers who rap about stuff that's not just like hoes and tricks.
Bling bling.
Blunts,
I'm-
big screen TVs,
I'm being
and
silly, right?
Dr. Dre.
Don't freak out, world.
Right.
I'm just making a joke. It's okay. But like no, they'll rap about Street Fighter, even not being involved with anything Street Fighter. Just part of the culture, and they just rap about it.
That's
so
product
like that things
placement.
happen. Yeah, probably that too.
Dragon Ball Z.
That's exactly what it is. It's product placement.
Naruto.
But it's like it's no different than I guess any other form of music, I suppose. Like he's too stoned, Nintendo. I wish that I could make.
Yeah, that rhymes. Use that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Interesting.
don't know.
Wow. So a day one patch to put.
For music,
Colin
that's
Kaepernick's
happened
name
before, though.
back
I
in
think
the-
with music.
Yeah.
So
I don't play Madden much anymore.
no, but
so-
I'm not saying with Madden
In general.
Oh,
but
just in
I
general.
think that has happened in the past with
I
a
guess
video
with
game with music.
What was that just recently?
Well, GTA has been having a ton of patches
it was GTA 4.
Yeah,
That's
GTA
what it
4
was.
to be like, well, we don't license these ones anymore, so we got.
And then when they
Oh, yeah.
re-released like
Change
Crazy
different stuff in.
Taxi on like the
iOS
Xbox
and
Live
everything.
and stuff,
Oh, yeah,
iOS,
that.
they took a
Yep.
bunch of songs out of that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But GTA 4 is what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
But if you don't patch your game though, they're
There you
still
go.
in there. So
Yep.
yeah.
on PC at
There
least.
you go.
Yeah.
But that's all I had.
That Madden, I tell you what.
Yeah, getting
Look
that,
at him.
getting
He
that
doesn't even look
mutt.
like a football player.
Get that
Who is
mutt.
this John Madden?
Got to get that mutt. Go.
Oh my gosh. I always think about that time when Doug asked me why is there that dad on the cover of
Yeah.
NHL
Oh,
Top Shot?
yeah.
It's like,
Madden
buddy,
98, Madden 99, Madden 2000, Madden 2001, Madden 2002.
I make this joke, and it's kind of a dark humor joke, so stay with me here. But
don't
they're-
shut the podcast down, Brandon.
No, they're gonna release. John Madden's gonna pass away one of these years, and they're gonna release the Madden Collector's Edition. It's gonna have a little bit of his ashes just sprinkled in the case or in the game. Be like, everybody can have a piece of Madden.
There you go.
Bring it home today.
Oh, dear.
Only $99.99. Comes with $20 in MUT credit.
There you go.
EA, the vial broke open in my game. There's ashes everywhere.
John Madden here.
For an extra $5, you get a chaining right around your neck.
Yeah.
Well, hey, just make sure you don't drop it by putting all that stickum on your gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like the one commentary I always remember for some reason. He's like, oh, back in our day, we always had them stick them on our gloves. Wouldn't miss those passes. Like, okay, John.
Who was that ordered the... It was a couple of years back. It was the wrestling 2K collectors, like the high-end collectors.
Nick him the mat.
And it had a piece of the mat.
Yeah.
That was
well, Hogan.
Wasn't that Hogan?
It was Hogan. It was,
It was
some
Hogan.
match that Hogan wrestled. But
was a couple
whoever
years
bought this, it was missing. It wasn't in the box at all.
Really?
And he had who was that?
Well, I don't know.
Oh man,
That was one of our customers?
it was either someone personally or one of our customers that got ripped off on that.
I don't remember.
Apparently,
Yeah.
so
Ric Flair and Hogan when there's like blood on the mat and it's just a
That'd be
little
awesome.
square with the blood.
that'd be
A
sweet.
little bit
You know,
of
and it's
DNA.
The blood is actually just like you start
Ketchup.
seeing a bunch of O's in there, and you're like, hold on a second, is that SpaghettiOs?
Right. Oh, it was real
That's
blood.
yeah.
It was real blood.
But the blood was so bright.
Right.
Oh man, speaking of that, I watched all of Glow. Speaking of wrestling, it was a good show. Yeah, it's worth it. Worth
I've
watching.
been trying to keep up on Raw and SmackDown, so I have no time to watch anything else because it's always like I've got 6 hours worth of TV.
I was
going to
send you a GIF, and I forgot to send it. But I don't know if you guys heard or not. But not Isaac Yankem. Jeez, Glenn Jacobs, who plays Kane, he won.
Yeah,
this
he
thing.
did.
Yeah.
He's the mayor of some little town in like.
Yep.
Is it Georgia?
He's
seen
gonna
when he was
walk
running.
out and fire goes up everywhere.
Was
I've seen
it
he was
Georgia?
running
Or where
for
is
that.
it? It's like Knox City something somewhere.
I can't
Anyway,
remember.
this
It was
GIF
like some
was.
demonic mayor.
This GIF was. It said like, "Congratulations to Glenn Jacobs, the new mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee." I don't know where it was, and it was a video of him as Kane hooking up Shane McMahon's crotch to a car battery. Like, this is the most amazing thing ever, and he's like sparking the connections, and it's like connected to Shane's like jeans by his crotch, and he's like sparking the battery, and congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
That's awesome.
So good. I'll have to find it and send it to you.
I say, Brandon, you got to start watching just the Hulu version.
Yeah.
Then you'll be down to
Hulu.
3 hours.
That's true. I don't have
that's
Hulu.
true.
So I DVR it off of
What's it's not?
Sling.
Oh, it's the 19th, right? SummerSlam.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
we gonna watch that
Soon.
because
should watch
I'm okay
it.
with
That's
skipping
Sunday,
a week to
right?
watch the
We need to.
SummerSlam.
Oh no, because we leave the next week, so we're good. Yeah.
We're good, yeah.
Because watch the big dog win the belt.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, he's gonna win. Brock's going back to UFC at this point.
I mean,
so.
did you you
messaged
watched
you.
the last one, right?
He's a badass.
Yeah, I
Eddie's
saw
like,
when
"Are
he
you
came
sure about
out,
that?"
and
And I'm
he's, like,
like,
almost
"Yes,
beat up
he is."
Paul.
He came out and he was like, "He's about ready to be my bitch," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Boo, dropping
I was,
bombs
last
on
week, I
live
was
TV."
texting guys like, I love Kurt so much because he said something to Paul like,
Get out there or you're fired.
Shut up, you're fired.
Yeah.
He's like,
he said he straight up was just like, if Braun Strowman doesn't come out on that ring based on your contractual obligation,
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar.
yeah, you're. What did I? That's
Braun.
Oh, Braun. Yeah,
okay.
Brock. Sorry.
So that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that if he goes out into the ring, Braun's gonna.
Oh,
I got the money in the
he
bank.
said
Let's
something
go
like,
now.
"You're full of crap. You're fired." Just in Kurt Angle's like silly way of doing it.
Right.
I'm like, oh, he's so entertaining.
But like I've also been doing the catching up on everything.
Yeah.
I fell asleep while watching SmackDown, and I woke up and I was like, "Why main event? This sucks." But my wife came down and was like, "You just need to come to bed. You're ridiculous."
Yeah.
But I was looking at my Hulu, and the last thing apparently I was watching was the SmackDown in Espanol.
Nice.
So
Oh,
apparently
nice.
I watched enough wrestling while I was sleeping, where I was like now watching the Spanish versions of all of it.
So do you think? Because that's the same match where if Kevin beats Braun, he gets the briefcase, right?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
there's gonna
It
be
is.
something
So,
sneaky on
Kevin
it.
beats-
Kevin's gonna
Kevin
beat
beats
Braun,
Braun.
get the briefcase. He's gonna
And
get
then
it after
Roman beats Brock. Kevin cashes in and beats.
right, and
Yeah.
then Kevin's.
Do you think they're gonna have Kevin's
Brock-
gonna get the belt again?
Yeah,
Brock beats the
it's so
tar
dumb.
out of Reigns, and he somehow just magically comes back and wins, and he's just out of it.
He'll
and then
shake.
and then Kevin comes down and wins.
Well,
the
he'll
belt.
start
Yeah.
doing that his breathing. Like,
Right. Yeah. And he'll start shaking. Yeah. It'll be awesome. But yeah, no, he punched Corbin.
Yeah, Baron
Yeah.
Corbin.
He just pop
right.
right, and they're like, "Get him out of here! Get him out of here!"
Was that a different Raw? Because the one I saw,
That was
Corbin
the
like
same one.
Corbin retreated out of the ring like he left.
Well, this
no,
was like
this isn't
backstage.
Oh, was I didn't
Yeah,
see
He's
that?
like, I want Roman out of here now.
Oh.
And then security walked in, and right before security grabbed him, he just popped him right in the face.
Yeah, because they escorted Roman out of
Yeah.
the building.
So I'm wondering
completely.
though if they're trying to do this to turn Paul more of a face to be the advocate
Well,
for somebody else, like maybe like
They had this whole thing.
Roman or something, or
maybe
Or
I
they try
probably
Roman
watched
heel?
it.
Because that was
But they
funny
had the
too,
whole-
because he grabbed his phone and he just threw
Yeah.
it at the wall and busted it. He's like, and did you watch him looking through the magazine?
No.
He was
Oh.
turning the pages backwards. He
Also,
wasn't going.
he
in
was
order
reading
of
like
the magazine.
every time
Outdoor
you saw him,
man.
it was a different like outdoor magazine.
Yeah, but he was turning the pages backwards, so he wasn't even reading it. It was so bad. I'm like,
it was Paul. Who was that?
no,
Brock.
Brock.
Oh, Brock.
Yeah, it was funny because like wrestling with no context. By the way, a great thing to follow on Twitter if you just want to see dumb wrestling things and not understand any of it. But there was, he just goes, "All right, guys, here's your blank slate. Go at it." Because what he did is he got a still of him reading the magazine and then gave it that white background for what the magazine was, and people were just putting in whatever.
Everything.
It's pretty great.
He's like, why don't you go to a restaurant and get me a steak?
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's kind of funny hearing Brock speak.
Because he doesn't sound that intimidating at all.
Like, you come out, you just like, oh my God, this guy's going to like beat the tar out of me.
Right.
Hey,
It's
like,
what's going
hey, you think
on?
you can take me? You think you can take me? Like, that's why Paul speaks for you,
Yeah.
Brock.
But the whole thing though was they were making Paul Heyman like super weak and sniveling. I was like, that's kind of no fun.
No.
Like, it's already bad enough when they
But it
put him in
looked
like a
like
jumpsuit and they threatened to beat him up with wrestling moves.
But the angle looked like they made Paul did it on purpose to fool everybody, but
to
then,
get Brock out.
But then he was taken back in surprise because Brock actually almost beat him up.
Right.
So who knows? I don't know.
Because he got that swarmy like super.
As soon as he came out, he's like, ha ha ha! Like, you knew he pulled the wool over on
Right.
Kurt's eyes. But man, Paul's got that little like
A huge belly.
pot belly going. Oh, it's
Yeah.
bad,
At least he got
man.
rid of his ponytail.
Yeah, he looked pretty. He's always been like a slimy looking guy to me.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
like a
yeah.
slimy
Absolutely.
dude. But that ponytail was back in the ECW days. Like, it was like down to his butt.
Yeah.
Like, it was bad. But anyway.
Yep. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's coming for you.
Oh yeah. Well, SummerSlam is like the other big one you have to
Right.
watch outside of WrestleMania because that's when all the other big stuff happens. And I honestly think it's going to be a whole big Sasha Bailey thing. They're
Yeah.
gonna go, oh, we're best friends. Like, nope. Bailey's going to turn on Sasha. That's going to be my thing.
Well,
It's
she
gonna be
already
heel-
kinda did,
It's going to be
but-
her heel turn.
Yeah.
If we pass on the 19th, it'll be 2 weeks, though, in a row.
Say what?
If we pass on the show on the 19th, because we won't be here for the 26th
No.
either.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
Unless you could Skype us in, but we don't really have internet access.
I could probably swing a couple people in and still make a show happen.
Yeah.
Or
Just
you can
special
just
guests.
take 2 weeks off.
I'm gonna at least take SummerSlam off. I think I'm gonna watch that one. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
I just figured we could we could just find some random guy to like interview or something and
Yeah.
You could.
post it up on the show.
Oh, we could go to the vendor because there is a vendor little thing set up for us. But Mark and I can play something new.
We could just find like a little booth.
send
and
the
set
file
it
to
up.
Eddie.
And he told you about my idea, right? About the conference.
Oh, the bingo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's gonna be good.
we'll talk about that later. I sent some ideas to the group.
This can be good.
So you guys excited to? I mean, I know this was always where my mind went. It was like, oh, I get to go play this, and this before they come out.
You know what?
I don't know if I'll play a lot because I just don't like waiting in line for that kind of
That's
stuff.
fair.
Like, I'll just watch. That's what I usually do. But the thing I'm excited about is just to kind of check out, like, see some of the excitement and check out some of that stuff.
Based
you
on
know.
the current stuff we're showing on the TV, my fear is that Tomb Raider is going to be there to play, but they're going to have like all the anacondas and the snakes and stuff everywhere.
yeah. Though they had a bug
like
eating
real
thing.
ones?
Yeah.
Like at SDCC, like yeah, because Kristen Adams was doing the
Oh, were they like ate a bug or
Yeah.
something like that?
but she was like sitting down. She had this giant anaconda around her and stuff.
That was
and she was-
awesome.
Ugh,
yeah, no, and like if there's like an anaconda in that booth
Mark
at
was-
the, I'm not even going to near it.
I'm not even playing your game.
I want to play your game. Could you wheel it out here so I can play away from
Mark's
the giant
like
snake?
down a hall. And he's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Is the snake
Hey.
still there?
you guys still play Tomb Raider?
Right. That's the thing.
I'll be really because I won't be able to do it.
I won't wait in line for like an hour to play something that I know I can play in a couple months.
Yeah.
You
Who
know
do you think
me,
the
but
wrestler's going to be this year?
I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I really wish I would have gone to the Ultimate Warrior that year.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kurt Angle supposed to be there one year and then they swapped him for like Dolph
It
Ziggler?
was Dolph, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
kinda a
Miz
bummer.
has been there a couple of years because I
Mick
know
Foley
I've
was
always
there that
walked
one year.
by.
That's when Eric was like.
And I don't know if
freaking
he
out.
was like signing for it, but he's always at
Maybe
the
it was the
booth.
Miz when it was supposed to be Kurt.
Because I know he's
Yeah,
usually
maybe
there.
that's what it was.
I think
Because
it
it was
Miz came instead.
who's-
we were
you'd
possibly
have to
were
see
going
who
to meet
lives,
Dolph
like,
Ziggler
around
instead of Mark
Indy.
Henry. I think is what it was.
Mark Henry was there. I think he was
Yeah, but
scheduled to be there.
He
Oh,
was.
he was,
He
that
was,
on the
but they were like
panel.
flipping between who was going to be like out on the conference or
Oh,
something like
that's
that. I
right,
think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
You'd have
really
to
wish
see if
I
there's
would've
somebody
gone
who
back
lives
to see.
around Indiana.
Because that was like
That's
the
kinda where
next
it's at.
year that he died, wasn't it?
Who died?
The Warrior, Ultimate Warrior.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like a year or two after he was at our event or at a conference
Yeah.
that he passed away.
Yeah.
And that's when Josh is like
He grabbed his butt.
grabbed his
yeah.
butt.
I wouldn't do that. I'd be too scared for that.
No.
Jim Hellwig's gonna kick your butt. Josh.
Yep. gonna
And
get
that
you.
was something else.
But like Tomb Raider, I mean, all those are coming soon. So I mean, is there
I doubt you'll be able to play Red Dead because they always.
They won't. do
Rockstar
that.
won't be there?
Yeah.
They might
if they
show
are,
it.
Rockstar's-
if they are, they'll have a little booth that has like the walls around it. that you can
Rockstar's
walk in and they'll
the
show you.
closing.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
they'll
closing
show
show-
Red
the
Dead.
closing show.
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys will like they did for GTA 5. You'll get a showing for Red Dead
It's,
for sure.
It's Wednesday night.
And that was cool when they did that for
That was
GTA. I was like,
awesome.
oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, we've seen more.
Because
Than
that was when
everybody
like
did.
going into it, I'm like, this character thing's gonna be stupid.
Yeah, and it totally sold me.
And they're
on it.
like, hey, watch this, how we set this up. And you're like, holy crap, like
Yeah.
this is amazing.
and oh look, these
Yeah.
people are living their lives without you playing.
But he was
it.
like switching back.
Let's
Let's go to
check
Trevor.
what
Let's go to
Trevor's
Franklin.
doing, and he's like
Yeah.
laying on the beach, like
Yeah.
knocked out, and he like wakes up.
But it was that whole heist scene, or not heist, but it was like that they were having that shootout with the cops, like in that industrial yard, and like they had Trevor up top sniping, they had Michael down with like explosives.
yeah,
And they were just going back and forth on the fly. I remember
That's
like
super cool.
telling Dave or something like, "This looks really good. Like this is gonna be fun."
yeah, it was like that, and the Mafia 3 one really sold me when they did that.
That's gonna be the free game next month.
That's true. Yeah, Mafia 3 and what was the other big one?
It was actually a good one too.
Yeah.
I
Man.
can't think of it now.
I'll look it up.
Oh well.
They've been kind of disappointing. Like Mafia 3 is cool, but we already have it. You can pick it up for like $15 right now too.
I think it's
So
like $12.99.
yeah,
Is it really that cheap now?
It's really it goes up and down all the time.
Oh yeah,
Like Borderlands is down to $13
Yeah.
again too.
well, wasn't it $13 last week?
Jamie
yeah.
keeps bugging me to pick that one up, and I don't know.
Borderlands?
Borderlands
Borderlands is
2.
fun.
I just couldn't get into Borderlands 2.
I like 2 a lot more than 1.
Really? I played 1 to death. I did most of the DLC. for
That might
it
be
as
why
well.
you didn't get into 2 as much though.
It's really good.
Same way as Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it.
I don't know. I can't really think of anything I'm too crazy excited to play while we're there. I mean, we'll get our hands on
Pokemon,
everything.
let's
anything,
go.
Anything long term.
Yeah, if they have that, that would be kind of cool.
Unless
to
they have
try.
Resident Evil 2 there to play.
Yeah, I mean, if they had
I would freak out.
if they had Kingdom Hearts there, that would be kind of
Yeah.
cool. But I
It was
doubt they
playable.
will.
I think at San Diego,
Was
wasn't
it?
it?
Okay,
I think
so
it
they
was.
might have it there.
That'd be kind of cool.
What do you think?
And
Nintendo
we should
might have
check
some
out.
Smash.
Maybe.
They'll have Smash. That's like a guarantee.
I won't
we
be
can
able to
still
beat
sneak
Eddie
in,
at a
man.
fighting game again this year.
You still sneaky in.
Jeez. Yep.
Yeah, jeez.
Put you in our backpack. Roll you in a little.
You should just show up and then go find Brian.
You should stay in my
Just
room.
just
'cause-
punch him right in the face.
Like, hey, man, what's up? Dude, he'd rat you out in a second, like have you arrested.
He would, yeah. I'm like, no, dude, I work for this district now. I decided
What
to
was
come
that?
back. I missed it.
The Ghostbusters thing.
What's that?
The dickless. Well, this is dickless.
Oh, with
Get him out of here. This man has no dick.
All right, here we go. PlayStation Plus. Oh, so yeah, Mafia 3. That's the one
I'm
I
gonna
already
feel
said.
silly when I hear what it is because
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
That was the one. That's okay.
Let's turn off some generators.
Serious Sam 3. There you go.
For what?
That's also going to be a free one. Hey,
On
look.
PS4?
PS3.
Let's say those pieces.
Bound by Flame, Serious Sam 3. Vita's getting Draw Slasher and Space Hulk. So
Which is weird because Bound by Flame had a PS4 release too, but that one's just PS3, right?
wait, what is this? As mentioned, 2 bonus games will be available to PS Plus members starting August 7th. The first is PS4 VR's horror game Here They Lie, which was pretty cool.
Oh.
And the other one is
Hey
Knowledge is
now.
Power. I didn't know that. That's sweet.
That's cool.
Huh. More sweet. Sweet. Anyway, I think that's going to do it here. Yeah, well, I'll have to see what you guys are get after. What day do you guys leave for conference again? It's like the week after SummerSlam?
26.
26th. Okay. Cool.
We're driving.
It's a Sunday.
Yeah, that's so cool.
On the
It'll be
road
glorious.
again.
Yeah.
Did you hear that a few of the people from our district are flying?
Yeah, how stupid. Like, really? Flying? It's like, what, a
Hey,
2.5 hour drive? 3 hour?
I think
4.
it's
4 and a
time,
half,
though, that
but-
the Midwest, East Coast people get a break.
Right.
And we're not flying like 18 hours to California or
Right.
something like that all the time. Or
And
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
That's going to be amazing. Like Wednesday night, like, see ya.
I'm just going home.
Yep. We're going home. We're going home. I'm actually, because traveling was like 80% of my stress with those things.
It wasn't all of the
Right.
the zoom in brainwashing videos of
Yeah.
Paul Raines and the Protect the Family chants.
Oh, goodness.
That's on the card, too. The bingo card.
Well, where can they find us, Eddie?
And they can find us everywhere. Of course, you can now subscribe on Google Play. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, or if you're listening to it through Podbean, if you're listening to it on the Facebook, if you're an Android user and you want to listen to this on the go, you go subscribe. If you're on Apple, man, iTunes is right there. It's just waiting for you. And like I said, it's everywhere else too, except for maybe Windows phones. I don't know if that's specific, if you do something else with it.
No.
You can, of course, check out other things we've done on our YouTube page, which is TheNextLevel VG is the name there. Twitter is _next_LVL, which really is, I don't do enough with those. I should do more of those.
Yeah. We got Twitch.
That's right. And if you have not seen it, we started posting it. If you want to catch us doing this live before I edit it up and post it, I'm going to try. I think what I'm going to try and do is the podcast always goes up Monday. Maybe I'll spend a little bit of time Monday to edit the video and put that up on Tuesday. So it's a Monday-Tuesday deal. So if you're interested in the video, that'll be Tuesdays. Or if you would just want to see us chit-chatting about it live, we'll be here. I try to post at least the link or something on Facebook when we do it every Tuesday or every Sunday night, which is usually 9:30, 10 o'clock or so.
10 o'clock-ish.
Yeah. That's The Next Level VG, also on Twitch that way too. So good on you, Brandon.
That's right.
That's
Get on it.
And of course, if you want to send us some cool stories or fun things or whatever have you, questions for the show or anything like that, or even if there's a game that you want to see if is at our conference that you want some more information on that maybe they will get their hands on, you can send us an email at thenextlevelvg@gmail.com. It's like the next level video games at gmail.com. And of course, if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/thenextlevel. We're there too. That is how we're able to do everything that we're doing, because our people are very, very gracious to us and have allowed us to have this ability to buy mics and cameras and all this fun stuff. So that is everywhere you can find us outside of seeing us walking around the streets.
I've got it. I just thought of it. We'll have Jamie do commentary on something. We'll post that.
There you go.
You sure it's not just going to be like long shots of him folded arm in a chair, mad face, falling asleep?
No, that's like the last day. And Jamie's always really psyched for like the first couple
We
days.
can interview Jamie
he's out.
about, hey,
There you go. Well, y'all,
what looks good?
Right.
What are you looking forward to? What do you want to play?
we don't got much in the way of budget for cameras, so we'll just have to use a cell phone. But
Hopefully there's Wi-Fi so we can upload some stuff.
yeah,
Otherwise,
there you go.
Yeah, if
our data gets eaten
I was
up
going to say, if you have a way to
Paw Patrol videos.
if you just have some videos, send them to me, and then you can delete them so you have more room for more Jamie
There you go.
stuff.
I'll do a Jamie blog for you guys too. For you and
I
John.
need a vlog, and then we'll just edit together the travels of La France.
The bag unbox.
I already told John I'll do it again. I'll
We'll
tag you
do
on there.
we'll
So.
do a bag unboxing.
Yeah, there you go.
I've got the one from last year.
It's gold.
It's
so.
pure gold. Yeah.
What did he hate about last year?
Everything.
Everything.
But it wasn't much to write home about anyway. So
The video was it's just me like in the background like cackling the whole time. Like I'm just like hyperventilating. I'm laughing so hard.
that's great.
Good stuff. Anyway,
Well, there you have it. I'm going to wrap this baby up here.
Yeah.
So thanks,
right.
everyone, for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next level.
Yep.
Let's see you.
Oh, yeah.